Hello and welcome to the third instalment of To Win or To Lose. Basically going to kick off the episode where we finished last, and that's basically on the transfer front. We've had a bit more wheeling and dealing in terms of people coming in and going out. We've not really exactly seen anyone go out as such, but we are trying to push it. We've put a few players on the transfer list purely to satisfy the needs of the team. The two players that we're trying to bring in is centre mid from Paderborn, holding midfielder, looks pretty solid. I think, not gonna lie, he's had a pretty good career. He's been at Paderborn for 2 or 3 seasons now. He played in the lower leagues of Germany, but he looks like he's going to be a proper force and he'll be able to progress. He's only 22 years old. There's so much progression in this guy, and he's not asking for a bad wage. His problem is his cost. We managed to get a transfer offer 2.2 million accepted. However, we've kind of not got that in the budget right now, so we've managed to delay the transfer by a week. However, we need someone to leave if we want to satisfy that. Likewise for, we've got a left back here under the name of Banku, Romanian international, 28 years old. He suits the bill, he fits the bill in terms of we want someone who can play left back and left wing back, so he can play either a back 4 or a back 5. He's by far the best left back we've got at the club. If we bring him in, however, his very much depends on if we can bring in the holding midfielder. But at the same time, I'm wondering if I should maybe just bring him in and then leave the holding midfielder, because I'd rather have one position filled rather than none. And then this really kind of turns us to our next point as well. We've brought in another 2 players. We brought in Ryan Tunnicliffe. As we said, we delayed the transfer, but however, we couldn't bring in the boy from Darmstadt. Unfortunately, he rejected us and moved to somewhere else in Germany, so that was a bit of a disappointment. So we've ended up bringing in Tunnicliffe, and Tunnicliffe, he looks okay. He doesn't look amazing, as you can see. He's going to be a backup player at the most, but it's someone that we've not really got in that position, so we'll happily take it. And that kind of brought us to our next player that we brought in. We brought in Alan Campbell. This is a young midfielder from Scotland. He's got under 21 Scotland international, and you can see he's got good potential. Definitely can play in the top league of France when required next season if we get promoted. So we've kind of filled in the midfield gap a little bit more than we probably needed. So it probably makes me more kind of intrigued to kind of maybe go for the left back more over the centre mid. But I just feel for a 22-year-old holding midfielder, he's going to be worth a solid 10 million in 3 or 4 years' time if you can progress him. He looks a solid player, which is the most annoying thing, because I think we'll need to go for 1 out of the 2. And then it really turns us to the game against Troyes, and we'll just have a quick look at the table before we go into it. So as you can see, we're currently sitting with 7 points after 3 games, partly because of one of the games we played off camera. As you can see, we played Chambly Tel, who are bottom of the league at this point. Fair enough, it was after 1 game, but they're predicted to do pretty bad in the league. And basically, we went ahead early on through a penalty through Van Boomen. He got a man sent off midway through the second half, and then they go and score with 20 minutes to go. I gave everything to try and get us the goal, made a few changes, went very attacking, didn't make a difference. So I was at 2 points dropped, more than 1 point gain definitely for that one. And then we had a tight game against Chartres, a 1-0 win with Wesley Side scoring a header early in the first half. But same again, we weren't creating much. It's frustrating. It's something that we probably need to change, and that's basically kind of turned to my attention to the next selection by going to a back 5, and this is more forced than it is wanted, if you get me. Purely because, as you can see, Dejageri's injured long term. He's out for 11 to 4 weeks, which is a month out, and then same again, Campbell's going to be out for 3 weeks probably. Tunnicliffe's out for 3 weeks, so we've got a good few players unavailable. So I've kind of tried to work with what we've got, and we're going to go for a back 3 with Gabriels and Amion, and we're bringing in Simunovic for this game, see how he does. With the 2 wing backs, Sidibe and Van Boomen in the midfield, Coney in behind, which is a young central attack mid with Side and Bio, because Side scoring goals, Bio scoring goals. 2 of them together should do not too bad, so we'll go straight into the game. Okay, so we're going to start off with a Highlight 5 minutes into the game. You can see it's Troy's down the right hand side, playing it infield. De Tardo into Dingham, into Bartlem. Hopefully the back three will not cause too many gaps, and yeah, it's caused gaps. Early on in his first half, we're 1-0 down to Troy's away from home, which is not the best of starts at all. Easy pass right through the middle of the defence. I think that's Amion that's just got caught. It's unacceptable. Can't be getting spiced off like that too early in the game. First 5 minutes, just see it out. Take a bit of pressure off from their possession. Couldn't do that. Okay, so we've got Simunovic on the ball here, carrying it out of defence. Playing into Moreira, into Bayo. Can Bayo hold it up and try and get some link up here? Yes, he does. Into Van Boomen. Moreira down the right wing. Does fantastic to get by the two men. Can he cross it in? Good tackle. No, it's a penalty. I don't think that's a penalty, to be fair, but I'll happily take it. Van Boomen stepping up. Hopefully this is going to rifle the back of the net here. He scored the last penalty in the last game, and he makes no mistake with that one either. Right into the bottom left hand corner, and it's now 1-0. So we've made up for our early mistakes, starting on a clean slate after 15 minutes. I happily take that, and yeah, all is even. Okay, so we're in the 28th minute now here. Long throw in, doesn't come to anything, but the left wing back Mikado managed to beats the attacker to the ball. Van Boomen plays it into side, and Side puts in the back of the net. Fantastic link up play by Van Boomen into Side. Side makes no mistake, he's been really clinical so far this season. Third goal after 4 games. Cannot complain. Comes from the left wing back, winning the ball early in possession. Van Boomen, look at that, one touch from about 45 yards, plays it into Side just at the edge of the box. One touch, boom, back in the net. Fantastic. Over up to second place now, and we've got another highlight here. 38 minutes in, Side off the left hand side, into Gabrielsen. Want to see more from Gabrielsen. He's not done too bad, not too good so far. Coney into Side, Machado into Sidibe. Sidibe whips one, just by the right hand post. If that went in, that would have been that would have been a contender for goal of the season, by the way. Great attempt by that. And we're going with Moreira on the right hand side here. I don't know what kind of ball he's trying to play there. Now we're going to get caught in the counter because we've tried to play a less than 50-50 ball. And it's one touch, good play by them, and it's in the back of the net. He got picked apart there. Caught in the counter, picked apart. Now it's 2-0, going into half time. Disappointing after dominating the majority of the first half, minus the first chance that they had in the game. But there's 4 chasing the one ball. 4. Far too easy. Far too easy. And we're going into the break here. Not gonna lie, I would like to say that we've been the better team. Like, our XG is by far more superior. Possession's even, shots are even. Away from home scoring 2 goals, but you're still not winning. Man, I would say we're the better team. We just need to get that lead and hold on to it. We're just weren't able to do it in the first half. Oh no. What about what? Come on. The Mecha just goes right through the heart of the defence. Once again, that's 3 goals that's went through the heart of the defence. Keeper left with no chance once again. As you see, it comes from a nothing shy. Right back gets a 1-2 and he just lofts it right over the centre half into the back of the net. And once again, I think it's Amion, the central centre back, that gets caught. He's having an absolute shocker. I think we need to get something done in this game anyway. It's not good enough for my liking. And this is where we've got problems. We've not really got many options. We've got a few forwards, but if not got much in midfield. Brings the DB off, and basically that's the way we need to go. We've not really got much going. Very attacking and encourage. If we come away with no points today, I'm going to be a bit disappointed, especially against a contender for the league. 5 minutes to go. Come on, give me something. Absolutely nothing. That is disappointing. So disappointing. More shots, less possession that game, to be fair. Fair enough, we had a depleted squad, but still, throw the water ball. So much work to be done, come on. Okay, so we're going into the next game against Algiers, and we'll quickly just check how the table's looking. So as you can see, we're sitting in 8th place, Algiers in 5th. Same amounts of points, just better on goal difference. It's going to be a tight game, I think. Very tight game. We're playing at home. I'm wanting to be positive thinking. However, we've still not really got anyone that can play from the players that we want to play. There's probably about 3 or 4 starters that are sitting on the reserves bench right now, injured, which is a bit annoying. But I'm tempted to bring on Banku from the start, but I think it might be better just giving him a sub appearance. I'm going to bring on Diakite because I thought Amion was appalling the last game, not going to lie, which was annoying, but sometimes that happens. Favourites go out there and show why. He picks itself. Diakite's not done anything to be benched anyway, so look, I was playing a right back at centre back, even though he says he's good there, but I'd rather play Diakite. I'm retraining Amion so he can play right wing back instead of Moreira, but will I be able to do it to full capacity? I don't know. So we start first highlight here with Coney Sidibe intercepting, with Coney recovering. Side's got the ball. What can you do? Come on. Sidibe, Coney, into side. There you go. First goal of the game. Goes to side once again. He's becoming a bit of a goal scorer in this team anyway. Lovely work by side there to run at the defence. Cut it back to Sidibe into Coney. Coney picks a perfect inch pass right into the path outside, and that's us 1-0 up. Happy days. We're looking a lot better in terms of possession, in terms of XG, shots in the game. It's definitely a more positive performance than we have had in the previous. Not looking threatened, not having anything against us, and I've just spoke too soon as they've got a corner. And what's the chances of them scoring here? Oh, straight into the hands of Dupe. Good save. However, it was a free header and we can't let the free headers happen. And it's a long ball from Dupe into side. Can Side get by the last man? It does. Can he pull the trigger? And it's just wide. I think it might be a corner actually. Good play by the goalkeeper into side up front. And from our corner, they will do the same what we done to them, and they'll go on the counter. Diakite does brilliant to intercept, but they've still got the ball. Can Diakite do it again? Unfortunate. Why has he got so much time in the ball? I do not know, but it was intercepted and taken away by Van Boomen. We're not really dominating possession, which is a bit annoying. Need to work on that one. Things are going well, but I know we're capable of more. Of course we are. I just want to double check the tactics here because Coney looks like he's injured. Potential knee injury. Right, I never like to take chances with my players, to be honest. I'll bring on Spearings at half the time. I don't think Coney will be ejecting to that one. I think you'd rather be off, get an early recovery, and he's only out for one or two games rather than the 3 or 4 or even potentially more than that. And we're basically going to be getting a corner here. Gabriel's centre halves try to hold on to it. Oh no, what are you doing? Oh, Gabrielson. See if they score from this. Oh, he's getting benched next game, I tell you. Well done, Moreira. From what I've seen of Gabrielson, he's causing too many mistakes. What a ball by... Oh, can I get there? Yes, he does. Whoa. How's that even managed to be getting back there? Bio in his own half, running probably about 30-40 yards, whips an absolute beautiful ball into side that just gets by the last defender and beats the goalie to the ball and just taps it into the back of the net. There we go, happy days. However, will our happiness be short-lived here as they get a corner and it's off the crossbar. I think the keeper had it saved and covered anyway, so no worries about that. And we're going into another highlight here with Bernard. And it's away by Moreira. Bologlu with a massive long switch there, and it's in the back of the net. Back of the net by Fortune. It's disappointing, that. Big long ball over the whole defence from one flank to the other. Fortune puts it in the back of the net. It's annoying once again. But we start again here with Diakite with a long ball from defence. Trying to find side, but it wasn't to be anything special. And they recover, and it starts to look like they're starting to control the game here. Not really getting the chances that we want. And once again they're getting in behind us, and the keeper gets there. That's something I definitely need to change for the next few games, as I probably need to make our defenders just sit back a little bit more, because it seems that they're getting in behind far too much to my liking. Every chance they do get is from just running in behind in a long ball. It's too easy. Right, okay, so that's us thankfully won that game as well. So that was probably a big 3 points, despite being a hard game. That's a big 3 points. We seemed dominant that first half, but we just fell away in the second. You get games like that, you move up to third place. The performance doesn't matter as long as you get the 3 points. That's the main thing. And Coney's out for just a week. That's not too bad. Okay, so that's all for this episode, folks. I hope you've liked it. Basically ending this episode off in third place after 5 games. It's not the worst of starts, but it's also not the best. We've definitely got some more work to do. Some changes of tactics are definitely required to stop the leaking of goals at the back. Apart from that, the next few games, we've probably got a bit of a lucky schedule in terms of who we've got coming up. As you can see, we've got Nancy, we've got Sochaux, Paris, Pau and Dunkirk in the next 5 games. So I'm going to play the Nancy and Sochaux game off video. We'll restart with the Paris game in the 4th episode, and then we'll also we'll go and have a little simulation of day 2 games and do the transfer window as well. So I hope you liked this episode. Please like and subscribe and hit the little bell button down below to see more episodes. Thank you, and I'll see you later.